Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be showing you how to make this delicious Nigerian fish sauce. Let's get to it. And of course, it's fish sauce, so our main ingredient would be fish. You could go ahead and use absolutely any fish that is easy for you. Anything will work. Nigerians popularly use Titus fish to make fish sauce, but I'm using Branzino fish here. Branzino fish is also popularly known as sea bass, I believe. Again, use anything that works for you. Now I'm going ahead to clean my fish. I'm cutting out all the gills, the fins, every single part of the fish that could potentially, get stuck while you're eating it. It's just something that I'm doing. Some people already get their fishes cleaned from the market. Mine was the gutted, but then I just have to get. Some people don't actually take these off. It's totally up to you. I just like to do it because I think it makes eating easier. Also, in case you're wondering why we're using a whole fish, it is just something that we traditionally do. Would I say traditionally? I'm not even sure, but this is just how we're accustomed to making our fish sauce. You could absolutely use fish fillets if that's what you have. The only thing about fish fillets is that you have to be very careful so it doesn't break into the sauce. Now I'm just sharpening my knife because I like to have a very sharp cut whenever I'm cutting into my fish, and I'm just going to cut my whole fish into about 3 pieces. Absolutely up to you to decide how many pieces you want, but I like my fish being big, better portion to eat, and hence why I'm cutting it into 3. Next, you want to go ahead and spice up your fish. You could absolutely use any spice that you have in your spice cabinets, but I'm using my go-to spices, which is salt, curry powder, bouillon powder, and some spicy chili powder as well. All ingredients and your measurement will be listed in the description box below, so do not worry, just keep an eye and continue to watch and enjoy. Next thing that I'm doing is I'm just pretty much, trying to mix my fish in this spice. I am not accustomed to marinating my proteins because time is usually not on my side, so I do believe in using my hands to do a lot of things, and that's what I'm doing. And then I'm putting in some fish fry. Fish fry is a mix that helps to coat the fish so it doesn't stick on the pot. If you don't have fish fry, you could go ahead and use some flour. You want to have a generous amount of oil in your pan so we could deep fry the fish. Once the oil is hot, you're going to go ahead and put in your fish in the oil. Ensure that you do have a good amount of space between the fish so it is not all crowded up in the pan, and you could end up having a very crisp fish. Fry on both sides for 6 to 8 minutes, and while our fish is frying, we will go ahead and start getting set for our fish sauce. Now, I'm going to be using onions. I know that not everybody likes onion in your food, but I like to encourage people to try to make use of onions in different ways. It's just a very good way to put flavor in any meal that you're making. Here, I will be grating the onions. It is very important for me to mention that there are many ways of making Nigerian fish sauce, as you would have seen on the internet. But this is the way that I make it because I find that it makes it very flavorful. And what is the point of eating if there's no flavor? Anyways, I'm still grating my onions, and after grating my onions, this is the secret part and the secret method that gives my sauce the deliciousness and just an amazing smell and flavor. As I've said, is straining every bit of fluid that you could get out of the onion. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing this, but just make sure that you strain and dehydrate that onion as much as you can. This sauce right here, or this liquid right here, is the gold to the sauce. Now, let's not forget that we were frying our fish. Go ahead and turn your fish to the other side and fry for another 6 to 8 minutes. Be very careful while turning your fish. I like to say patience is key to getting food that looks and tastes amazing. Try to patiently, grab the fish from the bottom and turn it aside, and once everything is evenly golden brown, you go ahead and take the fish out of the oil. after taking out your perfectly fried golden fish out of the oil, you want to go ahead and throw in that grated, dehydrated onion into the cooking oil, and you want to give it a good fry. You want to make sure that the onion is properly caramelized, and also through this, the remaining liquid in the onion will be evaporated out. Now, one of the secrets of getting a very good Nigerian stew or sauce is stirring the sauce a lot, because stirring actually prevents the sauce from sticking to the pot, and it prevents you from having like a burnt stew. So always remember to keep those two practices in mind: low heat and stirring. The next thing we're going to be doing is putting in our pepper mix. I did not show how I made up my pepper mix, but I will probably be uploading a video to show you how to make this type of pepper mix. It contains tomatoes, onions, and bell peppers, as well as some scotch bonnets. You just blend it together and cook it for a while so it could thicken up as you're seeing here. And continue to stir the sauce so again it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot, and then go ahead and put in some spices. We usually use curry, bouillon powder, and thyme. These are basic ingredients that we put in our sauce. Some people choose to put in more. I also did add in some salt. Definitely feel free to put in these spices as well as any other spices that you do like. Some people choose to use basil, Italian spice, rosemary, anything, nutmeg, cinnamon. Absolutely up to you. You have the choice. You're making your own food, but I choose to use these basic things again. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is our secret ingredient, which is the water from the onion. As opposed to just using regular water, I do use the water from the onion, and oh my god, you definitely need to try this because it does take your stew to another level. And you want to cover and cook until you start to see the oil on the surface, and then you go ahead and add in your fish. Put in the fried fish into the sauce. Try to avoid stirring, haphazardly. You want to stir in a circular motion and kind of go ahead by lifting the fish up and putting that draggy motion, because we don't want to break the fish into the sauce. And I promise you, this sauce is a game changer in your food menu because it could absolutely go with anything. Name it. Bread, rice, pasta, yams, potatoes, absolutely anything. Now, our stew is ready. As you can see that oil on the surface, we want to go ahead and serve it. Today, we will be serving it with rice. And as a wine lover, I'm featuring some of my favorite wines in this video. White jasmine rice is what we have here, and this pretty much brings us to the end of the video. Here you have learned how to make this delicious Nigerian fish stew. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, drop a comment, and do share this awesomeness with your loved ones as well. Come back for more. It's always lovely having you guys here, and thank you for watching.